Namaste and welcome to Youth TV Show produced by Today's Youth Asia. Youth TV Show is an attempt to foster the creativity of young minds by providing them a platform to address the issues that concerns the society. My name is Aina and today we have the privilege of having with us Mr. Arjun Vajpai, the youngest Indian mountaineer. Arjun scaled Mount Everest at the age of 16. He's the youngest person to climb Mount Lhotse and Mount Manaslu at the age of 17 and 18. He has published his autobiography, On Top of the World, and his objective expeditions are to climb 7 summits and 14 8,000-meter peaks. How has life changed ever since you took up mountaineering as your profession?
Well, life has changed a lot, I would say, but my friends have been the same. And apart from that, the awesome welcome which I got in my country after climbing Everest, people across the whole mountaineering community have been welcoming me with open arms, and they refer to me as their future in the field of mountaineering. So life has changed a lot and I'm enjoying it, and it's been an amazing journey from since the time I started dreaming of climbing Everest, and after climbing Everest, and now I've been up to 2 more mountains. So I would say in all it's been a complete package, which you can call it, nothing missing in it, and I've been living my dreams. So what else can I say?
Not only do you have a very packed professional life, you're also a student. How do you manage the two?
Well, I actually don't manage much of my studies. To be very honest, I'm not a very good student. I'm a very average student, and most of the time I'm climbing and training for it. So training includes about 8 hours a day, and it's a very rigorous schedule which I have to follow to maintain a proper fitness level. So it actually gets pretty difficult, and apart from that, balancing studies was all because I actually managed to pass my 12th only because of my teachers, I would say, because they used to take extra classes, extra tuitions, call me over for extra timings in schools. So I give full due credit to my school, Royal International Group of School, and all my teachers who've actually helped me attain what I have attained today. It actually gets pretty difficult, but I'm training most of the time, and then I have to I'm climbing mountains most of the time in a year, so I cannot devote much time in studies. But as much as time I get, my teachers help me devote that much into studies, and they're helping me out climb mountains as well as manage studies, as take extra classes, extra tuitions, call me over to school for extra classes. So whatever I've attained today in my studies, but I would obviously give full due credit to my school and my teachers at Royal International Group of School where I study, and I give full due credit to them.
I read somewhere that your inspiration behind your mountaineering was when you were visiting your grandfather in Pune. How has your journey been from there to Mount Everest?
Well, it all started actually when I was 10 years old and I was in Pune, and I had never done anything adventurous before. Or I must have done a lot, but like in the field of mountaineering and in the field of trekking, I'd never done anything before, and I was out there climbing. I was actually not climbing. I was there at my grandmother's place for summer vacations, and then that was the time when I said, my father's cousin was also there, so he said, let's go for a trek. So we ended up climbing a small hill, and for a 10-year-old, actually that was like a big expedition. I was climbing a small hill, a very adventurous thing which I'm doing, first time outdoors, and having a lot of fun. So I had this small backpack on, and we were climbing, and once I reached the top of the small hill and saw the sun setting from there, I think that was my calling, and that was my time when I said, I think I should do more of this. As a 10-year-old, I was actually standing on the top of the world. That was the top of the world for me, and the sheer feeling which I got of being on top there, I think the same feeling took me to the summit of Everest as well, and the whole journey was truly amazing, visiting different villages, climbing, going through one of the most technical glaciers, from seeing dead bodies on Everest to actually, overcoming different challenges. It's been an amazing journey, lots of adventure, lots of ice, and finally, people ask me, why do you do this? Why do you go through so much of pain? Why do you actually, do all these things? Why do you, test yourself so much? But I say it's all worth it, with the view which you get from the summit is totally amazing. The view which you get from there is like, you can actually see the earth bending round, and out here you might see the sun rising at your eye level or above your eye level. But out there you're looking down at the sun, so it's a totally different feeling, and I think it's totally worth every pain which I take towards climbing.
Throughout your mountaineering trips, what has been your most memorable experience?
Well, the most memorable part was actually just a few steps below the summit of Everest. I was about maybe 10 steps away from it, and I had tears in my eyes, and I'd finally I'd been working for this goal for the past 6 years, and I'd been training hard. I'd fought with the family, I'd fought with everybody, and finally, there were doubts on me. There was controversy that would this 16-year-old make it to the top, or isn't it too dangerous for him? And that day I could see my dream right in front of me, just a few steps away, and just behind that I could see a Buddha statue kept on the summit, and behind that I could see the sun rising just below my feet. So that was one of the best moments in my life ever. And slowly I walked up to the summit and unfurled the national flag, and I think unfurling my national flag was one of the proudest moments in my entire life. Standing out there as the youngest Indian to have ever climbed it, and sending the message to the youth of this world that nothing is impossible. You just have to dream big and dare to chase it. So it's been an amazing journey. Yeah.
You are a mountaineer by profession, so obviously mountains hold a very important part in your profession and in your life. What do you say about all the global warming that has been making a very huge impact on these mountains?
Well, the global warming actually has been making a lot of impact, and that's why I was a part of an expedition called Everest Expedition 2010. And we have people like Dawa Steven Schaefer who started it, of Asian Trekking, and our expedition collected about 6,000 kilos of garbage above base camp. And this expedition for the past 4 years, it's been in action, and it has been able to collect almost about 13.5 tons of garbage above Everest base camp and on the mountain. So I think we're working for the environment as well. It's been long that classical mountaineers have been climbing mountains, but now I think it's our responsibility to give something back to the mountain as well. So we are actually taking care of the nature, and hopefully the nature takes care of us. So we are working for the global warming with. But apart from that, the effects, I would like to tell people, it was difficult before. It's become even more difficult because of global warming. Many icy patches or many snow patches which were before made up of snow, now the rock part has come out, the ice has melted, and it becomes even more difficult to climb those patches. So which I saw in my recent climb as well, due to global warming, sometimes there's less of ice, as I told you on Everest, but there's sometimes lots of snow as well also when you're climbing mountains like Manaslu, where weather is one of the most crucial things in your whole climb. If weather conditions go bad, you cannot climb the mountain. So when you're climbing a mountain, you have to be very careful of the weather conditions as well. So what happened with us was, we were actually in a situation where we were thinking of even abandoning this expedition, because there was almost 3 meters of snow which was coming over us, and every day, and we had to clear it off. Tents were getting buried, our stocks reserves were getting buried inside the snow. We couldn't actually manage to survive out there. So global warming has various effects on our climbing, which we suffer out there, and that's why I took this oath when I was climbing Everest, that I'm going to make people aware, I'm going to make the youth aware, because the youth is the future of tomorrow. So if we are aware, the future of tomorrow is aware. So I want to make the youth of today aware that we have to take care, we have to be responsible, and we have to take care of nature, because it's ultimately nature and us who's going to be fighting the next battle of tomorrow.
Where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
Well, that's hard to imagine. If I survive, I would say, if I'm still alive after 10 years climbing mountains like this, I would definitely like to see myself as being climbed all the 14 8,000ers. I've already climbed 3, Everest, Manaslu and Lhotse, 2 of them for which I hold the world record for being the youngest climber ever. And apart from that, 11 more are left, so let's see how it goes. But in the field of mountaineering, what can you say? You never know of what is going to happen in the next minute, so I cannot actually really speak what 10 years hence.
The profession you've chosen is not a conceptual one. What are the hurdles that came your way, and how did you overcome them?
Well, yes, as a normal child, and as a child who was never good in academics, I had to face a lot of trouble, from my parents' side, from my family, from everybody, from my school. But what can I say? I was always very much inspired, and my mother used to say, everybody does not have a destiny maybe like Sachin Tendulkar. You have to be you have to be a graduate, you have to be a minimum, you have to have your basic qualifications ready for your life, for the battle of your life. But I was too inspired. I was crazy for mountains, and I said, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to bring a change. So I had a really hard time convincing my parents, really hard time. But I think slowly they actually understood, I'm a really outdoor person, and I think because of all my, motivation and all my passion for mountains, they understood what was my real dream, and they let me follow it.
What, according to you, is the best and the worst aspect of mountaineering?
Well, the best part about mountaineering is you don't have to take a bath for 2 months, and the worst part about mountaineering is I don't know. The worst part about mountaineering is There's nothing worse about mountaineering, I would say. Mountaineering is all about passion, and mountaineering is all about, beautiful sceneries, beautiful climbs. But yeah, I feel a little bit, I feel very strongly for people who die out there and their dead bodies are just lying out there. So that would be the worst part, I would say, when you're climbing and then you see a dead body and you just think that, this might be somebody's father, or this might be somebody's son, or this might be somebody's daughter. You just weird thoughts come into your mind, and but still you have to make your next step. Still you have to keep climbing, because if you stop, your body will cool down. You will also be one of those dead bodies lying out there, and somebody else will start sympathizing with your dead body then. So you have to keep going on, and that is the time when you have to act actually very unhuman, I would say, and keep walking on. So that is the worst part, I would say, about mountaineering.
Till date, what has been your toughest obstacle, and how did you overcome it?
So the toughest part in the field of mountaineering till date, which I faced, is on every mountain when you're climbing, you've been climbing for around 12 hours continuously with a backpack of 30 kilos on your back. You're completely exhausted. Every bit of your energy in your body is finished. You're completely drained out. And you look up at that mountain, and the challenges it throws. You're demoralized, you're demotivated, you're completely finished, and you just look down, and then you say, you start speaking to yourself, and you say, you have to take the next step. At that point of time, making your mind ready to take the next step, just to take the next step, is the most difficult thing. That's why, great words said by Sir Edmund Hillary, that, it's not the mountain which you conquer, it's yourself. So first you have to conquer yourself, and once you've conquered yourself, then I think no mountain is high enough.
Any words of advice to would-be mountaineers?
Well, I'm not a really good advisor, I would say. I'm still young. I'm still gaining a lot of experience. But yeah, to the youth of this world, I would definitely say, mountaineering is a very good sport. Mountaineering is a very dynamic sport. And you can actually, you develop your personality in a very dynamic way, and I think it helps you, gain a lot of confidence. And apart from that, to be mountaineers, just follow your dream. You need, what I believe is, if you have the capability of dreaming big, you also have the capability of making your dreams come true. So just dream big, dare to chase it, and if you're not living your life on the edge, you're taking too much of space. So just live your life to the fullest. What
has been your greatest achievement till date?
Till date, my greatest achievement was to actually convince my mother to send me to Everest, That was my biggest win ever, I would say. But apart from that, yeah, on the serious note, Manaslu has been really very difficult. Lhotse has been really very difficult. Everest was comparatively much more easier in the part of the climb. Obviously, the altitude matters a lot, but still, Everest being one of my first mountains, one of the highest mountains which I've ever scaled and will ever scale, it won't always just say dearest to my heart, but it'll stay close to my heart. So I think that is one of the biggest achievements which will always stay with me in my entire life.
Mountains play a very integral part of your life. Could you try and tell the bond that you share with mountains?
Well, it's actually quite hard to explain. You ask a mountaineer, or why do you go through all that pain, and why do you actually, you get burned so bad, you're bleeding sometimes, you see dead bodies, you go through such mental torture, you don't take bath. It's all sick stuff which is happening out there. So but all the mountaineer would say, again, very great words said, by a climber, that the mystery why we climb is somewhere between the summit and the mountain. It just lies there and it stays there. What happens out there just stays out there, and it's a totally different world out there. And I climb because for the love of mountains. When you're climbing out there, you see the world down there. You actually feel that you're the emperor of the whole world. Nothing at your eye level, nothing obstructing your view. Till the earth can bend down. It's a totally different feeling out there, and it's a totally different world. I call it my world. And some people, I've made videos and I'm calling it my world out there, and my sister was asking me, why do you call it your world? I really call it my world because it's there, it's mine, and there's nothing obstructing my view. It's my emperor. So I think it's a totally different feeling, which I think you have to be out there, and no camera can capture that moment. You have to just be out there and live the moment.
If you hadn't taken up mountain climbing as your profession, what are the other things you were passionate about?
Well, if I wasn't actually climbing mountains, till I was, really, I got into mountaineering. I always wanted to be a football star. I'm a big-time Manchester United fan. I'm crazy about Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm not crazy about him in a gay way, but yeah, I really like him. But he was my role model, and apart from that, I'm a big fan of Lionel Messi. And so I was a big-time soccer fan, and even now when people enter my room, they're really shocked. They come with the idea of maybe seeing mountaineering pictures and mountain pictures, but they end up just seeing football stars. posters of football stars and posters of football grounds and everything. So it's always been a passion, and it's still my passion. If I would have been a mountaineer, I would have been a football player.
We will be back after a short break. Do stay with us. Accompanying him was Mr. Mingma Sherpa. He has 13 years of mountaineering experience with Asian trekking and has led many expeditions to Mount Everest, Choyu, Manaslu and many other mountains that fall in the 8,000 meter category. He also works as a camera person and a reporter for the national news channel AV News.
पहिलादेखि म स्कुल पढ्दाखेरि नै मेरो सोचाइ चाहिँ यो माउन्टेन चढ्ने, म माउन्टेन चढेर माउन्टेनकै पेसा गर्ने खालको फिलिङ थियो। त्यहीबाट चाहिँ म यो माउन्टेन हिमाल चढ्नु पेसातिर लाग्यो। यो भनेको म आफूले सोचेर आफूले डिसिजन गरेको। मेरो फ्यामिलीले पनि तिमी यसो काम गर भनेर चाहिँ भनेको होइन, यो मेरो आत्मादेखि नै मैले आफूले डिसिजन गरेको। त्यस्तो खालको त मलाई बारम्बार मेरो बुवा आमाले भन्नुहुन्छ, तर कस्तो भने म चाहिँ यो नेपालमा यत्रो हिमाल चढ्नु लागेर 8,000 मिटर 7,000 मिटर हिमाल चढ्नु लागेर चाहिँ म बाहिरतिर चाहिँ काम गर्न चाहन्न भनेर मैले मेरो बुवा आमालाई पनि म जहिले पनि त्यस्तो खालको कुरा गर्छु। तर माउन्टेन चढ्ने भनेको एउटा रिस्की हो, तर कस्तो भने हाम्रो तेन्जिङ नोर्गेले चाहिँ इतिहास नेपालमा चाहिँ यो माउन्टेन हिमाल सम्बन्धीको इतिहास राखेपछि मलाई चाहिँ जुन यो हिमाल चढ्नु इन्ट्रेस्ट लाग्यो। यसमा चाहिँ अब खासै भन्ने हो भने मेरो फ्यामिलीभित्र मेरो दाइ पनि माउन्टेन सम्बन्धी नै काम गर्नुहुन्छ। तर कस्तो भने कुनै बेला चाहिँ पहिला म अनम्यारिड हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ मलाई खासै त्यस्तो प्रब्लम थिएन। अहिले म म्यारिड गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ यो हिउँ पहिरो आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ कहिले चाहिँ अब यो काम चाहिँ अलिकति रिस्की नै रहेछ भन्ने खालको फिलिङ पनि हुँदो रहेछ। तर कस्तो भने एक त फिलिङमा आफ्नो एउटा आयो छैन भने चाहिँ जहाँ पनि बित्छ भन्ने खालको फिल पनि सोच्छु म। तर मलाई चाहिँ यो हिमाल चढ्ने चाहिँ धेरै इन्ट्रेस्ट लागेर अब यसपालि म यङ्गेस्ट इन्डियन भने हो भने मनासलु चाहिँ उहाँ चाहिँ होलमै यङ्गेस्टमा चाहिँ उहाँ सक्सेस गर्नुभयो। उहाँको नाम चाहिँ मिस्टर अर्जुन हो। तर यसपालि म उहाँसँग चढ्दाखेरि चाहिँ मलाई धेरै खुसी लाग्यो। उहाँ कस्तो भने म सिन्स 98 देखि माउन्टेन यो हिमाल चढ्नु काम गरेको थियो। तर उहाँ जस्तो बुझाकी क्लाइम्ब चाहिँ मैले पहिला पनि भेटेको थियो। तर यसपालि उहाँ जस्तो यङ्गेस्ट क्लाइम्बिङ अन्डरस्ट्यान्डिङमा हिँड्ने, उहाँले मेरो अथोरिटी बिना चाहिँ उहाँले चाहिँ फ्लो नगर्ने, त्यो भएपछि मलाई उहाँसँग यो मिस्टर अर्जुनसँग चाहिँ यसपालि मनासलु चढेको जस्तो लागेन मलाई। मेरो मेमोरी भने नै उहाँसँग अब उहाँले जहिले पनि उहाँले मलाई जे कुरा पनि उहाँले मलाई सोध्छ, त्यहाँबाट मात्रै उहाँ चाहिँ जस्ट मुभ गर्नुहुन्छ। प्लस उहाँ आफूमै हो भनेर चाहिँ उहाँले हिँड्दैन। त्यही नै मलाई अब यो चाहिँ म यो हिमाल काम जतिसम्म गर्छु त्यतिसम्म चाहिँ मेरो यो मेमोरी बसिरहन्छ। मेरो एडभाइस चाहिँ के छ भने त्यो चाहिँ धेरै उनीहरूले धेरै राम्रो सजाय गरेको हो। तर हाम्रो यो नेपालमा चाहिँ तपाईँको यहाँ चाहिँ हिमालहरू धेरै छ, पैसा कमाउने ठाउँ यही छ। तर अझै पनि म यो नेपाली दाजुभाइहरूलाई चाहिँ यो हिमाल चढ्ने काम चाहिँ अझै बढी इन्ट्रेस्ट गरोस् भन्ने खालको चाहिँ फिल लिइरहेको छु.
With this, we've come to the end of today's show. Thank you very much, Arjun and Mr. Mingma Sherpa, for being with us. We look forward to your feedback. Our email address is youth@gmail.com. Thank you for watching us. We hope to see you next week at the same time. Have a great week. Namaste.